Mucha atención al comunicado de Vladimir Putin en la cumbre de las BRICS. Está expresando una preocupación latente sobre el mundo y el caldo de cultivo después de estos informes de Mail Online que hemos estado viendo en la cadena aquí en John Helton Noticias, que hablan incluso de explosión nuclear, es decir, de guerra atómica, tras las advertencias también de sus compañeros chinos y el Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores Wingju en Francia. Vamos a escuchar las declaraciones de Vladimir Putin. Mucha atención.
Distinguished colleagues, dear friends. First of all,
hay que recordar que estas declaraciones fueron el 6 de junio en Moscú, en Rusia.
I would like to join in thanking Brazilian President Lula da Silva and the Brazilian presidency for their active work in promoting the BRICS strategic partnership. Most importantly, the BRICS countries continue to deepen their engagement in key areas in politics and security, economics and finance, cultural and humanitarian contacts. Our association has seriously expanded to include the leading nations of Eurasia, Africa, the Middle East and Latin America. Together we have truly enormous political, economic, scientific, technological and human potential. The BRICS countries not only account for a third of the Earth's land area and almost half of the world's population, but also 40% of the world economy. The combined GDP in purchasing power parity has already reached $77 trillion. That's according to IMF data for 2025. By the way, BRICS significantly outperform some other associations, including the Group of Seven. They have $57 trillion. Year after year, the authority and influence of our association in the world is growing.
Fijaros cómo Vladimir Putin ya ha dado un comunicado directo a los países latinoamericanos. Ya ha hablado de Latinoamérica. Primero uniéndose a Brasil, pero mucha atención porque Brasil ya sabemos que con la unidad podría también reclutar a países militares con dictaduras como por ejemplo la venezolana. Esto está llevando a cabo evidentemente preocupación directa a países como Colombia, Estados Unidos, México, que ve que podría haber un caldo de cultivo si esta economía dentro de Latinoamérica podría verse afectada en un ámbito militar. Sobre todo el tema de la Guyana Francesa, donde Vladimir Putin sabe que esto sería un problema mayor, el hecho de que Venezuela, en este caso, tuviese problemas con la OTAN desde allí, no permitiendo que la economía de las BRICS saliese de la tesitura brasileña. Vamos a seguir escuchando. Atención.
BRICS has rightly established itself among the key centers of global governance. The solid voice of our states in support of the fundamental interests of the world's majority is more and more clearly heard in the international arena. BRICS has many like-minded countries in the global south and east. They are impressed by the culture of open partnership and cooperation, mutual respect and consideration of each other's views. On this basis, at the summit in Kazan in Russia last October, a decision was taken to establish a category of partner states of our association in order to build concrete practical cooperation with all interested countries. And there are already 10 such countries today. I emphasize that the BRICS countries represent different development models, religions, distinctive civilizations, and cultures. At the same time, they all stand for equality and good neighborliness, for the priority of traditional values, high ideals of friendship and harmony, and seek to make a significant contribution to ensuring global stability and security, prosperity and well-being for all. Undoubtedly, it is precisely such constructive approaches and such a unified agenda that are in demand in the current challenging geopolitical climate. We can all see that fundamental changes are taking place in the world. The unipolar system of international relations that served the interests of the so-called Golden Billion is becoming a thing of the past. It's being replaced by a more equitable, multipolar world. The process of changing the global economic...
Aquí cuando habla de mundo multipolar se refiere efectivamente, le está enviando un claro mensaje a los Estados Unidos de América. Eso es lo que estaban creando, ¿no?, con las BRICS, con un mundo económico nuevo que parece que está siendo muy trascendente prácticamente, ¿no? Y Estados Unidos de América esto lo sabe, es un problema, y ahora incluso Vladimir Putin con sus comentarios en Oriente Medio, vosotros lo que estáis haciendo, ¿no? Dice Vladimir Putin con otras palabras, pero le dice a Estados Unidos, vosotros habéis intentado dar por la fuerza, ¿no? Ir por la fuerza. Y esto efectivamente nosotros no lo vamos a tolerar, no lo vamos a permitir. Estáis intentando entrar en países más pequeños utilizando vuestro poder de fuerza y vuestra maquinaria de los B-2, ¿no? Por ejemplo, bombardeos. Algo que, asegura Vladimir Putin, no lo van a permitir.
Economic order continues to gain momentum. Everything indicates that the model of liberal globalization is wearing out. The center of business activity is shifting towards emerging markets, which is triggering a powerful wave of growth, including in the BRICS countries. To make the most of the prospects in this regard, it is important to intensify cooperation among the participating states of our association. First and foremost, in such areas as technology, efficient resource development, logistics and insurance, trade and finance. The use of national currencies in mutual settlements should be further expanded. The establishment of an independent settlement and depository system in the BRICS platform seems to make currency transactions faster, more efficient and safer. By the way, the use of national currencies in trade between our states is steadily increasing. In 2024, the share of our national currency, the ruble, and the currencies of friendly countries in Russia's settlements with other BRICS states was 90%. The task of multiplying the volume of reciprocal investments by the member countries of the association, including through the BRICS mechanisms and, first of all, the new development bank, is also relevant. To this end, Russia has proposed the formation of a new BRICS investment platform. This is about jointly developing harmonized tools to support and raise funds for the economies of our countries and the countries of the global South and East. It is important that Brazilian colleagues picked up on the initiatives put forward during the Russian presidency last year and proposed work on their implementation. Among the common achievements, I would like to mention the launch of a special mechanism for consultation on the World Trade Organization. The processes of establishing a grain exchange, a climate research center, a permanent logistics platform, and a sports cooperation program in BRICS are moving forward. I would also like to remind you of other Russian ideas that we believe are useful. These include the creation within BRICS of a partnership on carbon markets, an arbitration investment.
Fijaros porque Vladimir Putin está dejando sin palabras a los aliados estadounidenses. Claro, ahora nuevos mercados de carbono, que hay que recordar que el carbono prácticamente lo tenía todo cogido los países occidentales. Así que esta nueva etapa, esta situación, muchos creen, de guerra total, de declaración de guerra económica hacia Estados Unidos de América, podría no traer nada bueno, sobre todo a Latinoamérica, ya que se ve que Brasil está enfocada directamente a ir por otra vía y no aceptar la ayuda norteamericana. Como siempre, nos veremos en el próximo capítulo aquí en John Helton Noticias. No os olvidéis suscribiros al canal, amigos. Hasta luego.